This story of Hitler's early life, 1889 to 1907, Adolf Hitler was born on April 20th, 1889, in Braunau am Inn, a small town in Austria-Hungary, now Austria, near the German border. He was the fourth of 6 children born to Alois Hitler, a strict customs official, and Clara Hitler, who was gentle and protective. Only Adolf and his younger sister Paula survived into adulthood. The others died in early childhood, which deeply affected the family. Hitler's relationship with his father was tense. Alois expected discipline and obedience and wanted Adolf to pursue a career in the civil service. Adolf, however, showed little interest in formal education and dreamed of becoming an artist. He performed poorly in school, particularly in subjects he disliked, though he enjoyed history and German nationalism. In 1903, Alois Hitler died suddenly, which slightly eased Adolf's domestic pressures. After his mother's death from cancer in 1907, Hitler was emotionally devastated. He was deeply attached to her, and her death marked a turning point in his life. Vienna years and formation of ideas, 1907 to 1913. After leaving school, Hitler moved to Vienna, hoping to study art. He applied twice to the Academy of Fine Arts, Vienna, but was rejected both times, mainly due to poor performance in drawing people. These rejections were humiliating and contributed to his growing resentment towards society. From 1909 to 1913, Hitler lived in poverty, staying in homeless shelters and earning small amounts of money by selling watercolor paintings. During this period, he was exposed to political extremism, nationalism, and widespread anti-Semitism present in Vienna at the time. While historians debate the extent to which these ideas were fully formed during these years, it is clear that Hitler absorbed racist and conspiratorial beliefs that later became central to his ideology. In 1913, Hitler moved to Munich, Germany, partly to avoid military service in Austria, and partly because he strongly identified with German culture and nationalism. World War I and radicalization, 1914 to 1918. When World War I began in 1914, Hitler volunteered for the German army. He served as a messenger on the Western Front, a dangerous role, and was wounded twice. He was awarded the Iron Cross, second class and first class, honors that he regarded with great pride. The war gave Hitler a sense of purpose, structure, and belonging. Germany's defeat in 1918 deeply shocked him. Like many Germans, he believed the country had been betrayed by politicians and internal enemies, rather than defeated militarily. This belief, known as the stab-in-the-back myth, would become a cornerstone of his political rhetoric. After the war, Germany faced severe economic hardship, political instability, and social unrest under the new Weimar Republic. These conditions created fertile ground for extremist movements. Entry into politics and the rise of the Nazi Party, 1919 to 1923. In 1919, Hitler joined the German Workers' Party, DAP, a small nationalist group in Munich. His talent for public speaking quickly made him prominent within the party. He soon became its leader and renamed it the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NDAPT, commonly known as the Nazi Party. Hitler's speeches appealed to anger, fear, and resentment. He blamed Germany's problems on Jews, communists, liberals, and the Treaty of Versailles, which had imposed heavy penalties on Germany after World War I. In 1923, inspired by Mussolini's rise in Italy, Hitler attempted to seize power in Munich in what became known as the Beer Hall Putsch. The coup failed, and Hitler was arrested and sentenced to prison. Imprisonment and Mein Kampf, 1924. Hitler served about 9 months in Landsberg prison. During this time, he dictated Mein Kampf, My Struggle, to Rudolf Hess. The book outlined his ideology, including extreme nationalism, anti-Semitism, racism, and the idea that Germany needed living space or Lebensraum, in Eastern Europe. Although Mein Kampf was poorly written and not immediately popular, it became central to Nazi ideology once Hitler gained power. The book openly expressed ideas that later translated into policies of persecution, war, and genocide. Rebuilding the Nazi Party and Path to Power, 1925 to 1933. After his release, Hitler changed tactics. Instead of attempting violent overthrow, he sought power through legal means. The Nazi Party was reorganized with a strict hierarchy, propaganda machinery, and paramilitary groups such as the SA, stormtroopers. The Great Depression, beginning in 1929, devastated Germany's economy. Unemployment soared, and public faith in democratic institutions collapsed. The Nazis exploited these conditions, presenting Hitler as a strong leader who could restore order, national pride, and economic stability. By 1932, the Nazi Party had become the largest party in the German parliament. On January 30, 1933, Hitler was appointed Chancellor of Germany. Dictatorship and Consolidation of Power, 1933 to 1934. Once in office, Hitler moved quickly to dismantle democracy. After a suspicious fire destroyed the Reichstag, Parliament building, the government suspended civil liberties. Political opponents were arrested, and other parties were banned. In 1934, Hitler eliminated rivals within his own movement during the Night of the Long Knives, ordering the execution of SA leaders and others he viewed as threats. When President Paul von Hindenburg died later that year, Hitler merged the roles of Chancellor and President, declaring himself Führer, leader of Germany. Germany had become a totalitarian state. Nazi ideology and domestic policies. Hitler's regime was built on extreme racism, especially anti-Semitism. Jews were systematically excluded from public life through laws such as the Nuremberg Laws of 1935, which stripped them of citizenship and basic rights. The Nazis also targeted other groups, including Roma people, people with disabilities, political opponents, LGBTQ+ individuals, and others they labeled undesirable. The regime used propaganda, censorship, surveillance, and terror to control society. Foreign policy and road to war, 1933 to 1939. Hitler pursued an aggressive foreign policy aimed at overturning the Treaty of Versailles and expanding German territory. Germany rearmed, remilitarized the Rhineland, and annexed Austria in 1938. Anschluss. Later that year, Germany seized the Sudetenland from Czechoslovakia. European powers initially pursued appeasement, hoping to avoid war. This strategy failed. On September 1, 1939, Germany invaded Poland. 2 days later, Britain and France declared war, beginning World War II. World War II and the Holocaust, 1939 to 1945. Early in the war, Germany achieved rapid victories using blitzkrieg tactics. However, the invasion of the Soviet Union in 1941 marked a turning point. The war expanded globally, and Germany eventually faced overwhelming opposition. During the war, the Nazi regime carried out the Holocaust, the systematic murder of 6 million Jews, along with millions of other victims. This genocide was the result of long-standing Nazi ideology and state planning, and stands as one of the greatest crimes in human history. As the war turned against Germany, Hitler became increasingly isolated, distrustful, and detached from reality. He refused to accept military defeat and made decisions that worsened Germany's situation. Final days and death, 1945. By early 1945, Allied forces were closing in on Germany. Berlin was surrounded by Soviet troops. Hitler retreated to an underground bunker, where he spent his final days. On April 30, 1945, Adolf Hitler died by suicide. Shortly afterward, Germany surrendered unconditionally, ending World War II in Europe. Legacy and historical significance. Adolf Hitler's legacy is one of immense destruction and suffering. His leadership resulted in a global war that killed tens of millions of people and a genocide that permanently scarred humanity. Historians study Hitler not to admire him, but to understand how economic crisis, political instability, propaganda, and hatred can lead to catastrophic outcomes. His life serves as a warning about the dangers of authoritarianism, racism, and unchecked power.